just going to be going over some basic math that we're going to use in chemistry. And in addition to that, we're going to be looking at the way chemistry is communicated, not just chemistry, actually, all sciences, how they're communicated between scholars and scientists. Okay. So, first part is just going to be scientific math and measurements. We're going to go through, then we're going to go to a part of the chapter one, which is called significant figures. I'm going to tell you what that is. We're going to get into dimensional analysis, which is just converting units and everything. And then we're going to get into matter and make things more chemistry. Okay. Sounds good?
Okay.
Good. All right. Does any one of you guys, have you ever seen SI units before? Anyone?
Uh, I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. So, you know, like some units are used more than the others between scientists when we're measuring something. For example, for mass, the SI unit that people have, agreed to use across, international boards is going to be kilograms. Can any one of you guys tell me another unit for mass?
Pounds.
Pounds, exactly. Yeah, so we have different units. Pounds, one of them. We use it in North America. We don't really use it in any other continent or anything. Then we have meters. Do you know any other ones for meters? Maybe Samuel for length?
Miles.
Miles, exactly. Yeah, so you get the idea. We have some quantities that we measure. Some of them are going to be more used than the others, and we call those SI units, which everyone has agreed to use when they're communicating science to each other, okay? And then we have another thing that we have to learn, which is the prefixes. Have you guys seen any of these before? Do you guys play games at all? Video games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, have you seen when they're like, oh, this update is like 10 gigabytes, right? And it's like a larger,
Yeah.
yeah. So giga next to bytes, it just has a meaning of a number. Okay. So giga here, as you can see, like in the first one, is actually the largest one in the table we have right here. It's 10 to the power of 9, which is basically 1 billion. Gigabytes, when we say, oh, this update is just like 10 gigabytes, it means 10 million bytes. Okay. So then you have mega, which is a little bit smaller. It's just million, right? They have 10 to the power of 6. And then you have kilo, which is 1,000. Have you heard like someone say, oh, this person weighs 80 kilograms? What does that mean? So 80 kilograms, it's just 80,000 grams. So you have 80, then kilo, then grams, right? So you have the 80, which stays, the kilo is 1,000, so 80,000, then you have grams. Okay. So in sciences like chemistry, we're going to be using very small units or very big units. And sometimes it's going to be so hard to say, oh, like I have 10 million grams of this. Like it's very large. So we just say, oh, I have 10 megagrams of this or 10 something else, kilograms of this. So we just have these prefixes that help us understand what the words mean without making them too complicated. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, awesome. And then I'm gonna get into volume. Do you guys have an idea what volume is? When we talk about volume, what do you think volume is? Let's go to Samuel.
Like how much is inside? Like,
Yeah. So when I say, oh, like I have this water bottle, how much water do I have inside of this? I talk about the volume of water usually. I have this many milliliters of water. And here you can see that the most common ones that we actually use are going to be liters and milliliters. When you get milk, for example, it's going to be like a 2 liter full tub. It's just based on the volume, okay? And then we go into temperature. What do you guys think temperature is? What do you think it measures? Ryan,
Like how hot or cold something is.
exactly. So that's true. It measures how hot or cold something else, but how hot or cold something is really relates to how much kinetic energy they have. Are you familiar with that term, kinetic energy?